Welcome back to the Break the Ring Podcast. I'm your host, Jonas.
I'm Parker.
Just not my co-host anymore. All
Co-host
right.
Parker.
We got to get into some wrestling. Nothing crazy this week. Well, there is some important stuff, but we are a little bit late on the podcast this week because of some weather. Yeah, I mean, next week we'll definitely talk about a lot because we have predictions for the Rumble next week.
Oh God.
Um,
How
but
is that gonna work? Are we gonna figure that out?
I don't know. I don't know. We're just probably gonna do the same thing we did last year. Um,
All right.
but we'll just talk about like like just like the matches that are like announced or like that, like you know what I mean. Just a little stat check. We have hit 100 hours of watch time on the channel. It's pretty sick. Also, we've started a Patreon, patreon.com/break the ring. If you want to show a lot of support, it means so much. On there, you will get a outside of wrestling. Doesn't need to be just kind of quick little episode where we'll answer your questions, talk about it, just talk about behind the scenes stuff, anything you want to talk about, all that types of stuff. It'll be like a little private show. Think of it like a house show. But I didn't call it that out of respect to Patty Pitts. We called it Breaking Down the Ring. Think it works
I
pretty
like
well.
that.
Think it
That
works
I like
pretty.
that name when I first heard it.
Breaking Down the Ring is that type of thing. You might get early access to some videos. You might get, mainly you're going to get Breaking Down the Ring and some wrestling match watch alongs. I think I would do this, but we don't have anybody on there right now. I think if we had people, we would watch, and I thought this would be funny, the Greatest Royal Rumble. Because it's
Oh, with like 50
it is
people,
the
was it?
worst Royal Rumble, but it's called the greatest. Um, but I would watch that if we had a Patreon people, which we can do just to, get content on there type of stuff. But other than that, go follow the social, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. I know it's cringe, but listen, it seems to be working. We already gone up like 5 subs since the beginning of the new year. That's pretty good for us. Also, randomly, Focus Pro, right? Like the
Focus, bro. The
wrestling.
indie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They commented on our Stash Club short, and I was like, "That's
Really?
random." I was late to it. It happened like 3 days ago, but they were like, um,
You want to have a tag
It was
match?
something about Stash Club rules. John's the man, and I was like, "We love Stash Club and we love Focus Pro because Focus Pro has some crazy great matches, some crazy
I've seen a
great."
lot of clips.
Yeah, they have really cool setup at Widowmaker. I don't think we can get in
Widowmaker.
though, cause it's a brewery. Well, I don't know. The one that we went to for Rebel Spirit was a brewery too, but it all
Yeah,
depends
yeah,
on the
yeah.
place. But hey, Focus Pro, how's it going? um,
Good.
but no, I mean things are going well. Other than that one kid at school spamming the break the ring voice line. It's
Let me
going
beat
pretty
him
well.
up.
No, but we got to talk about
Hey,
some
shout out
wrestling.
to. I almost said his name.
Oh, he knows who he is. Um, But also, I keep messing with my chair. Sorry. But rumor is 2K videos will come back soon, and Roman Reigns will be challenging Jimmy from the queue, and this is a hand-picked opponent by Jimmy and his nephew on his live stream from Monday Night Raw yesterday. I did pop the question in there. His nephew
I did
said he
not know
wanted
this
to
was
see
happening.
Roman Reigns. Breaking news, unless you're in the Jimmy from the Q stream. So, all right, this retention rate of this podcast is probably awful, but we gotta actually get to the wrestling, and we'll start with Raw from January 12th. This is in Dusseldorf, Germany. The opening. Oh my god. Sorry. The opening match was Javon Evans versus Bravo Americano, who the newly signed Javon Evans made a strong Raw debut, defeating Bravo Americano with Spanish Fly and the OG Cutter, despite interference from Los Americanos. And already got to get a little sidetracked in a second here. But Javon Evans, man, think he can be a franchise player, or I don't know. You think he can be franchise player? Be honest, because I know we had our little thing where we had a little
Mhm.
bit of an argument. And I wouldn't say an argument; it was just like a debate.
Yeah,
Um,
we didn't get mad at each other at all.
it was, I don't know. I feel like he definitely could be.
He could be, but do I think he deserves to be handed the world title now?
No, 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 no.
No. Like right now, I don't think he should. Like in a year, like if he won the Rumble next year, I would not be mad at all.
Yeah, for sure.
But I mean, he's definitely gonna get more practice in, and I heard he's not
He
really
shouldn't be
injured.
injured. I know this is kind of jumping into next week, but his match on Raw was stopped. It wasn't like a torn muscle, nothing. It was a concussion. I think he got a little
But we
blackout.
think he's okay. He's okay.
He should be okay. But my thing was El Grande Americano. Did you see what happened in his match against Vikingo?
When he said stop kicking me in the neck.
Yep.
And
So
then he got to the
obviously
neck
we know
immediately.
there is like a little bit of language barrier. I mean, not as much for Ludwig because he does, speak Spanish fluently. Um, but he was in a match in AAA, where basically he fought against Vikingo, and Vikingo is now a full-time heel, and he was going pretty hard on his neck with kicks, stomps, all that type of stuff, and Ludwig broke out of character and told the ref, "Tell him to go easy on my neck for F's sake," which is like, yeah, Ludwig's completely correct. But then immediately after, Vikingo like stomped on his neck, and it was like, bro, what are you
When I
doing?
saw when I saw the clip of him saying that, it didn't sound like Kaiser to me. And I know it is Kaiser, it just didn't sound like him.
Yeah, no, he definitely plays up that accent, that German accent when
Oh,
he's on
100%.
TV because he sounded like an American.
Straight American.
Tell him to go easy on my neck. No, I'm kidding. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, kind of takes down Vikingo's coolness in my opinion. Cause like, come on, man.
I mean, it's not like everyone's gonna see that. Like, sure, the people who are on Twitter about wrestling, but anyone else who just watches wrestling for fun, they're not gonna see that. They're just gonna be like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, whatever. It's whatever. I think, like, I know that this probably sounds hypocritical, which it could be if you see it this way, but I think it's finally time for my idea to come to fruition. I think Tyler Bate, Pete Dunne, and Ludwig Kaiser need to be unmasked and bring in Imperium 2.0. Whether it's with Gunther or not, I think it's just the right move. We don't want to see Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne in masks anymore. We want to see them actually being contenders for championships, whether it's Intercontinental, US, or even just like a tag team championship like they used to be on their New Catch Republic. I think they'll do fine, especially with Raw needing good tag teams. Oh, I'm
Yep.
yawning so much, my fault. But no, I think there's definitely area that they can put Imperium in for sure.
Yeah, I'd like to see it. The only issue with having a face or a heel like group, assuming they'd be heel,
Tyler
is
Bate
that
just isn't a
we
believable
have the
heel.
Vision. No, yeah, Pete Dunne,
Pete Dunne for
100%
sure.
ruthless.
But Tyler
Kaiser,
Bate,
yeah,
I feel like Tyler Bate has
Tyler
like
Bate.
shaved a mustache, and I don't
But
want him to.
yeah, but um assuming that those three would be a heel faction, that would be the third heel faction on Raw, because you have Judgment Day and the Vision. So I just feel like it might
Yeah,
be a little too much. Going to SmackDown, that would help out a lot because the Howdies and the Howdies and the
eh,
Wyatts and the
that's
MFTs. I'm not
that's a
sure.
different like story though.
Yeah, I guess.
Cause like think about it, it's just different. That's all I gotta say. Now we're gonna move on to
Yeah.
the number one contenders match for the women's tag team championships in a triple threat, where Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez defeated Bayley, Lyra Valkyria, and the Kabuki Warriors in a triple threat to become the number one contenders for Rio's women's tag team championships at Saturday night's main event, which I don't think we're doing predictions for unless you want to, because it's back to back and SNME is not that crazy.
SNME. Whoa,
SNME.
SNME, and I mean we could. I mean, might as well. We do it for most of them.
Let's see how many
It's up to
matches are announced though.
yeah. I mean, there's only 3 so far, right? It's
I think.
Cody, Jacob,
Oh my
the
god, that's gonna
4-way,
suck.
and then the women's tag. We'll see. If another match gets announced, we'll do it.
Oh yeah, the Fatal 4-Way.
Yeah.
That poster's kind of dookie. I can't lie.
Mm.
I don't like it that much, but okay. Oh wait, yeah, it's literally just those three. It's Cody, Jacob, Randy, Trick, Damien, Sammy, and then it's the women's tag. So I mean, we could do it if you want to. I don't have my whiteboard, and I feel like they're kind of predictable. Besides the Fatal 4-Way.
Ooh, I do not have my whiteboard.
So I guess we'll just talk about the Fatal 4-Way then. You want to just
Yeah.
do that real quick? So, just to smooth it over, Cody versus Jacob. I'm assuming we both. Actually, you know what? No, I'm going with Jacob
Wow.
for the
Okay. I
sake
have
of the
Cody.
predictions title.
I have Cody.
I'm sticking with Rio as tag champs. I think you are too.
Me too. Me too.
And then the Fatal 4-Way: Trick Williams versus Sami Zayn versus Randy Orton versus Damian Priest. And I have an idea, but you got to go first because you are the champion.
So it's Sammy, Damien,
Sammy, Damian,
Randy.
Randy, Trick.
This is for the U.S.
No, this is number one
Oh,
contendership for
am I?
Drew McIntyre.
Okay. This is my
You are
place.
lagging a
I'm
little
gonna
bit,
talk
just so you know.
Okay. I'm gonna talk myself through this. So, Trick, I think it's too early. U.S. Yeah.
And
World
I kind
title.
of feel bad for Mello if Trick gets immediate world title shot.
Yeah, me too. Um, Sammy, I'm gonna. Ah, damn it.
Fart,
I'm gonna
bro.
take
This is.
Randy.
Whoa!
Randy.
I almost fell out of my chair. SNME's in Montreal, which makes me want to go with Sammy. But I'm going with arguably, and this is no offense to the person, the worst choice here, and I'm going with Damian Priest. Hear me out, WrestleMania 40, they have history. They might want to re-bring it up just for no reason, because it's WWE and we do that here.
And
So
40 and 41, they had a match.
yeah, so it could be. So let's write this down.
When would this match happen?
Royal Rumble.
Rumble?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's why. Because I think we got some ideas. All right, so we have Rio times 2,
Yep.
Fatu for Jonas and Damien for Jonas. Because honestly, Fatu is just prediction stuff, so I just need Fatu to win, and then anybody but Damien or Orton. Which honestly, I think Damien Orton is the most likely.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, Sammy's a good one too.
yeah.
I just don't see Damien getting a world title shot right now.
It's weird because he did have that
Well, I mean,
6 month
you
for.
know, when you're not the champion, you got to make some ridiculous calls sometimes.
I mean, yeah, that worked for you.
Oh, yeah.
You made the Mark Briscoe Mark Briscoe over MJF at All Out. That worked.
Oh, yeah.
So
What if Parker picked Mark Briscoe and not Chris Jericho?
he'd probably still be going. Honestly, who knows?
I doubt that, but I mean,
You would have lost.
I probably would have won Mania, which would have given me the
Oh,
extra
the
point.
run of Jonas at the beginning of last year was so good.
My God, it was good. I hated my life.
Won it what? Won it January? Yeah, won it at Rumble 200 days.
Yeah, you did win it at Rumble.
And I lost it at a stupid pay-per-view. Sorry.
Huh?
Nah, it's Forbidden Door. That pay-per-view annoyed me. But
that pay-per-view was very
good for you. And it was mid for that one. Why, you won it, Forbidden Door, kid?
Yeah. The time around Forbidden Door wasn't my favorite.
You're thinking of Dynasty.
I don't know,
You're
but you know
thinking
what
of
I'm talking
Dynasty.
about. I probably am,
Yeah,
but
you're
you
thinking
know what
of
I'm talking
Dynasty. But
about. Anyway,
we also had Penta and Dragon Lee versus Bronson Reed and Austin Theory, where the match ended via disqualification after Bronze Breaker speared the ever-loving Deuce out of Dragon Lee, and then Penta attacking them repeatedly and causing chaos. Uh, Adam Pearce then suspended Braun Breaker indefinitely, and Paul Heyman warned Pearce after he laid a hand on Breaker. It was an interesting match. Nothing crazy. I think the best part of this was Braun's spear, to be honest. Like, just like, it was disgusting. But I thought it was a decent match.
yeah, I liked it for I mean a Raw match. It wasn't bad at all. I'm trying to figure out when did I win the title? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I have no clue, bro.
I'll figure it out. You keep talking.
We then had the main event, which was AJ Styles versus Gunther in a back and forth main event. Gunther ultimately defeated AJ Styles after a fake tap out to AJ and a low blow while the referee was distracted. Gunther hit the power bomb for the win. So basically, if that wasn't explained enough, AJ had Gunther in the calf crusher after working Gunther's leg the entire match. Gunther tapped a little bit on the side where the ref was not looking. AJ let go, thought he won, celebrated. The ref then got distracted. Gunther hit him with a low blow. He hit him with the power bomb, and then he pinned him for the win in a pretty good match, in my opinion. Thought it was the best match of the show. But yeah, Parker,
Sorry, I'm trying to. It's okay. Break the Ring podcast episode
brother.
44. Sorry. Um, what were you talking about again? I was so lost.
AJ versus Gunther, fake the tap out, made him let go. That whole
Oh
thing.
yeah, it was a very, I wouldn't say unique finish. It was a
Smart.
interesting finish, smart, but I really wanted AJ to win. So I mean, you know,
I mean, I guess AJ should have won, but I thought it was pretty
I
good.
think he should have won.
But no, I thought that Raw was pretty decent. Nothing too crazy. It was just like your ordinary Raw with some good matches, good promos too. But yeah, I thought it was a pretty good show. We then have AEW Dynamite Maximum Carnage from January 14th, where the show opened with Darby Allin versus Pac. Darby Allin finally defeats Pac, forcing a Scorpion Deathlock and then destroying Pac's ankle. Finally picking up the win over the Death Rider member. This match is actually really good. Darby once again took a bump where his freaking spine just hit the steel steps, and I don't know how he got up after it. Parker didn't watch, so that's it for that match. Next match was, you can probably hear Jaden's car pulling in, honestly. Hangman Adam Page versus the bounty hunter Brian Keith, no longer the bad apple. Hangman picked up the win with help from Swerve hitting a buckshot lariat for the win. Hangman then called out Samoa Joe and later talked about MJF and the AEW Men's World Championship. Thought it was a solid match. Great to see Brian Keith back as the bounty hunter, not the bad apple, because we all know whose gimmick that was. Parker, who would that be? Oh,
I don't know.
Chris Jericho.
Oh yeah, the best wrestler ever.
He's gonna get freaking death threats from that. In Fortnite. Brody King squashed Jonathan Cruz, who was the translator the week prior for Bandito and MJF. You love it when the boyfriend stands up for his boyfriend. We then had a tag team 4-way number one contenders match where the Don Callis family, that being Davis and Doyle, defeat the Young Bucks, Jet Speed, and GOA. Davis and Doyle pinned Kevin Knight to become the number one contenders for the AEW World Tag Team Championships and will face FTR. I don't know when, though. I think it's Revolution? Dynasty? Revolution. But no, I mean, Mark Davis and Jake Doyle, also known as Jake something, are disgusting. The two men probably weigh as much as me and Parker, at least one of them. So, yeah, I mean, they're just monsters, dude. I mean, Doyle hasn't hit the awesome bomb yet, which I showed you what the awesome bomb is. That thing is disgusting.
Oh yeah, it was
Um,
crazy.
and then Mark Davis picked up the win with his pile driver, which is also disgusting. But I think it was the right winner, especially with, you know, hindsight 2020, where you can see where Jet Speed went from this. I thought it was a good match for sure. Uh, yeah, I thought it was pretty good. We then had the Triangle of Madness versus, oh god, what was their names? The the Space Babes, I think, or something like that. It's Chris Statlander and the Babes of Wrath, um, who actually ended up losing after Chris Statlander was pinned by Thekla. Kind of showing that Thekla might be a future challenger or even current challenger contender for the AEW Women's World Heavyweight Championship. That whole thing. I think Chris is a great champion, but people forget how good she is. And I think it has to do with her position on the pay per view card. And I think you know about this because you do watch pay per views. I think they put Chris on after really, really, really intense and energetic matches to where the crowd gets gassed and, like, they're not ready for another match in a way. Like, I felt bad for Mike Santana, who won the TNA World Championship after both Javon Evans and Leon Slater, and then the Hardys versus the Dudleys. Two of the best matches I've seen this year, at least in person. Felt bad for Santana for sure, because, like, that sucks. You know, the crowd was dead. People left before Santana won the world title. And then Santana lost it on the first show back. It was awful. He's the champion again, though. We haven't talked about that, and I don't think we will. But the AMC premiere for TNA was awful. Just so bad, Parker. Like, I know you're a TNA defender, at least when Hendry worked there prominently, but it was really bad. And I'm not saying that I don't like TNA. I want to like TNA. Bound for Glory was great. I had a lot of fun at Bound for Glory. And I'm not just saying that because we met SCW. I know I bring it up every time, but it's not why. The show was great. Leon and Javon would have been match in the year for me if Dark State didn't ruin it. It would have been for sure contender if Dark State didn't ruin it and it just ended with the time limit. You know what I mean? Parker, can you please
Yeah,
put your phone
I
away?
mean, I'm listening. I'm just on Twitter. Um, yeah, I didn't like it's not that I didn't like Dark State ruining it. I was happy we saw Dark State, but I mean, I just feel like that they could have gotten involved in any other match
Yeah.
besides the one that was set to be matched here.
I mean, that was the only match I was honestly like. But so obviously, I was jealous before I was going because we all know the story. I wasn't gonna go, and then I got tickets day of. Um, I was jealous the most of him seeing Leon and Javon, and obviously, still obviously would have been jealous over the Hardys and Dudleys. But with that being said,
People. I'm just. There's one man I went to see that was
signed.
promoted for the show.
He wasn't promoted. He was on the
Yes, he was.
poster.
He was on the poster and on TNA's website. When you clicked on Bound for Glory, he was the sixth person to pop up.
Well, keep crying. Can't change the past. The main event of AEW was the AEW World Championship defense of MJF versus Bandito, the winner of the 2025 Dynamite. What's it called? The Dynamite Dozen Ring? Yes. MJF ended up retaining the AEW World Championship by forcing Bandito to tap out in the bell lock after a hard fought contest. After the match, MJF attacked Bandito with his title, prompting Brody King to make the save, closing out the show with the champion retreating and Brodito standing tall. The funny thing is, MJF was giving Bandito his flowers, being actually nice and putting somebody over for once. And then he said, "That's why I have to do this to you." And then he jumped him. So I mean, it makes sense for the character. He was telling him that he could obviously be a world champion one day, and it's not a could he, it's when type of situation. But Dynamite was really good this week. Probably my favorite show of the week, in my opinion. My dog started barking. Let's pause the recording. No, we can't. All right, whatever. The show goes on. We then had SmackDown from the 16th in London, where Randy Orton opened the show, who was then interrupted by Trick Williams. And then Trick Williams smacked a mic and it hit a fan in the head. But other than that, Trick was just trying to tell him that he is not the future anymore. He is the now, which has been a really common theme recently. I'm not mad about it, but it's for sure a common theme now.
I'm sure whenever people smack mics in the ring now, they're gonna have them smack them down.
Well, I mean,
not.
Trick's not used to people
I
on that side of the camera, like literally.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
So it's kind of that type of thing. But then the Miz attacked Randy for a little bit, and then the match started. Where Randy defeated the Miz to qualify for the Fatal 4-Way at SNME. So, we knew Randy was winning this, let's be honest. We then had Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss versus Juliana Kiana James, where Alexa Bliss and Charlotte picked up the win in tag action, keeping strong momentum. It was alright. I don't think I was awake for this one. So listen. This is, you saw me. I called you because I started going to the weight room, so my body was in pain on Friday, and I also on Wednesday had a long day because I went to my school's basketball game. After, it was a lot of stuff. I did so much stuff Wednesday, and I was tired Thursday, and then we hit legs Thursday, and I haven't hit legs in forever, and so my legs genuinely were killing me. Hurt to walk, and not in like a normal way. So I fell asleep when this was live and watched it when it aired on TV. So I didn't watch this match because I slept through it. But I went back and watched Randy vs. Miz because I didn't get spoiled for that. Trick Williams smash restart, take two. Trick Williams versus Matt Cardona for the another number one contender match qualifier, where Trick picked up the win against Cardona, securing his spot in the Fatal 4-Way. And after the match, Kit Wilson came out with his new banger of a theme and attacked Matt Cardona just for him to play the theme again and him to then get jumped by Jacob Fatu, who then called up Cody, who then accepted the match challenge for Saturday night's main event, as we predicted earlier. We then had Damian Priest pick up the win over Solo Sikoa and what's the word I'm looking for? I'll continue on to the Fatal 4-Way at SNME. Yeah, that match was a stinker. We then had the U.S. Open Challenge, where Carmelo Hayes fought Leon Slater, UK's own, in a fantastic match. Carmelo Hayes did retain in the end, though. Leon Slater, man, they are going to steal him like they did Hendry. And Hendry, where is Hendry? Is he on NXT?
No clue.
He had that random no DQ match last week where they brought in like 3 Evolve guys and immediately made one of them a main eventer.
Oh, yeah.
Odd choices. There's things to be said, but I don't want to say it here.
He's probably going to be at the Rumble. Same thing with, one thing I'll mention now while we're in AEW. Hobbs.
We are not in AEW.
Or, like, while we pass AEW, because we're not going to mention it again. Hobbs.
Yeah. Hobbs has most likely signed with the WWE after the Ops lost to, what was it, Cowboy Astronaut, something like that, where it was Hangman and Jet Speed who picked up the win and are now the Trios champions. And also the Rascals have been signed to AEW, but Trey Miguel did not. Well, he did get signed, but his contract was released, and that's for reasons that I don't really feel like talking about on here. But if you want to do some research, go on Twitter, look at Sean Ross Sapp, all that type of stuff. So, Not main event. Jeez, I still got more to go. We then had Jordan Grace versus Chelsea Green in like a 5 minute match. Jordan Grace picked up the win and then faced off against Jade Cargill. And honestly, I'm not opposed to a title match at the Rumble with these two women. As Jordan was great in TNA. Like, I know it's gonna sound. I know I just said great in TNA, but like 2 years ago when TNA was actually doing good, um, Jordan was actually really good, and she didn't do much on NXT, and I was kind of confused on why they even sent her there. But I mean, her NXT stuff with Blake was really good too.
Oh yeah, her matches,
Yeah, we also
the
had
whole not no DQ stuff.
the main event, which was Sami Zayn versus Ilya Dragunov in a freaking banger, dude. Sami picked up the win to qualify for the Fatal 4-Way at SNME. Afterwards, Trick ambushed Sami and then added more to Trick's heel persona. Did you see that freaking Ilya getting busted open was legit? Literally,
Oh
Sammy
yeah,
was
I mean,
just daggers on his freaking forehead and just split him open.
I kind of assumed, it wasn't like a blade just because of how light it was.
Well,
Usually
also
when
they
you
just
blade, you
never, they
see,
don't really,
yeah,
they don't do that no
like
more.
like when Gunther bladed at SummerSlam. Usually when
Oh,
they blade,
so beautiful. One of the greatest
when
blade
they
jobs
when they
in WWE
blade
recently.
when they blade, they like
Take blood
do it for
thinners.
it could be a special moment. Like Cody Roman Mania 40, I think Roman should have bladed. I think
He
that would have been
could
sick.
have, because it would have been like the Gunther thing where he's like, "Oh my God, why am I bleeding?
Well,
I've never been
like
at
I've never been this
this.
in
Yeah, I've never been
trouble
this
before.
destroyed." Listen, think he was destroyed at Elimination Chamber when Sammy could have and maybe should have won the world championship from him. That's all I'm gonna
I
say.
think at that point though, during Roman's reign, he just had to lose it at Mania.
What should the thumbnail be? I'm being so serious. Should it
Something
be?
about Hobbs.
Oh yeah, it's a good one. All right, but are you done talking about SmackDown?
Yep, I'll say.
All right, you know what time it is, Parker. We got to talk about your wrestler of the week and my match of the week,
Joe Hendry, obviously.
brother. This is not the first month of the channel. You can't just pick Joe Hendry for
Okay,
every single one.
okay.
Let me think.
Let me think.
Mm, all right, my match of the week is the. Wait, let me do the math. Yes, Fatal 4-Way Tag Team number one contendership match in AEW where Davis and Doyle picked up the win. And yeah, I thought it was a really good match. Close contender with MJF Bandito, though.
Oh, we didn't mention Collision. Do you just want to mention the big?
What? I talked about it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh yeah, because we brought up Hobbs. I forgot about that. Anyway, my wrestler. I mean, I would say Hobbs, but that makes no sense. Really. I'm trying to think who's like really outstanding this week.
You could always say me, because carry the chin.
No, who's really outstanding this week? That kind of like
Trick.
Trick. Yeah, I mean Ilya. Ilya could be a.
Give it to
Ilya could
CM
be a.
Punk. He does such great stuff all the time.
No.
Who's your
I'll
final?
just give
Who's
it
your
to
final?
Trick because I'll just give it to Trick because nobody else did anything crazy today. This week.
Today. All right.
This week. Yeah.
I think that's all we got to talk about. We did our SNME predictions, but just to run over it one more time for the first match we talked about, we got Jacob Fatu versus Cody Rhodes, where I myself personally have Jacob Fatu in the hopes of regaining my predictions title. Parker has Cody. We then have Rhea Ripley, and Io Sky versus the Judgment Day, Roxanne Perez, and Liv Morgan, where we both have Rio because they just freaking won it. And the final match, which I'm guessing is going to be the main event, the Fatal 4-Way for the number 1 contendership. Whoever wins this match will face Drew McIntyre at the Royal Rumble. I have Damian Priest, and Parker has Randy Orton. With that being said, Parker, I think that is all. Go tune into the other videos. 2K should be back soon. Sub to the Patreon if you got the money. And, watch the quizzes, subscribe, all the boring stuff that YouTubers say. Gotta say it. I think that's it. So
Go to the Patreon.
we will see you in the next one.